Hey gang, it's Lori right after a workout, but I'm still going to get you your video for week 3. We're going to discuss why what you eat affects how hungry you are, how full you are, and why you can or cannot burn stored fat for fuel. So reactive oxygen species, right? We're going to talk about things at a cellular level now, are also called reactive oxygen signaling in the cell. So when you've got your cell, you start eating, the cell opens. Why? Because insulin opens the cell and all the stuff can go inside, right? The glucose. Um, if you're eating good foods, meats and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some starch, like for my slow carb people, you are still getting like lentils, beans, and some soy. For the rest of us, meat, vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, but no sugar, no refined carbs, no seed oils, right? That's the way we want to eat. So the beauty is when you've had enough, your body signals that you are done eating and your cell becomes insulin resistant and that door shuts. The cell's done. Nothing else is coming in the cell. Perfect. It's going to go down to acetyl-CoA, down to ATP, and boom, you have energy. It's a wonderful thing. It's how we're moving around, staying awake, watching TV, whatever you're using your energy for. What happens when we eat crappy food? And I'll give a personal example that I've made the mistake of doing for years out here in the Bay Area. So there's a gluten-free Chinese restaurant in Pleasanton called Andy and Yu's. Delicious. But again, I'm eating more rice, more carbs in one meal than I would have in probably 2 weeks of eating, correct? Yes, correct. So what's happening? As I'm eating the chow fun and the Peking chicken that's fried in the tapioca starch instead of wheat, and all the sauces and the really horrible oils that are not avocado or coconut or olive oil, right? They're using like sesame oils and probably cheaper oils all around. I'm not feeling full. I'm just like eating. I could eat 3 plates of food. And normally I eat like, a half of a small plate of food when I'm eating regularly at home. So then I'm like, you finally get to the point where you're like, oh, okay, I really can't eat anything else. Maybe you stand up to walk to the bathroom or go find someone and you're like, oh my gosh, I literally hurt. Like my abdomen, like I can feel the food pushing out. I ate way too much and I don't know how I got here. It's because the cell never got the signal that you were full. Because when you eat crappy food, the ROS, the reactive oxygen species levels, are very low and it allows you just to keep eating. When you eat correctly, ROS levels are high and they create that the insulin resistance in the cell to shut down the cell, shut down your eating, and let you move along your way. So I have totally tanked my ROS through horrible food. I'm not gonna lie, it's delicious. I mean, I can remember what it tastes like from months last time I ate it, right? But it's not serving my body, so I don't do it anymore. Once in a great while, that's it. The point is this: once I've eaten these foods and overeaten these foods, I can't burn fat anymore because my body is just spinning, wheels spinning, trying to burn and all through the stuff that I ate, overfilled my cells with the spilling in the body. Now the body's going crazy. Like, what do we do with all this extra fat that we don't need? Visceral fat is something that happens. We don't want it to gather around the organs, right? So all these horrible things are happening at a cellular level in the bloodstream around the organs because I overate, because I ate foods that didn't let my body know that I was full and shut down the cell, right? But the flip side is when you're eating well, like the meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds that we always talk about, you have high levels of ROS. Cell shuts down, satiated, and when your body needs more fuel to create energy, that's where we pull from the protein and the fat through making ketones if we're in ketosis, or beta oxidation to feed the ATP process, right? Then we're pulling that stored fat and our body fat comes down. So that's where you're like, oh, did a STIKU scan, I've lost 10 pounds, 9 of that was fat. That's amazing, right? Or I even built 2 pounds of muscle in there. All these good things happen from what we're putting in our mouth. So hopefully understanding at a cellular level why you're always hungry or why you're not feeling full, or even in my case, when I go to Andy and Hughes, an hour later, I need more food, even though I'm totally stuffed an hour ago. It just doesn't work for the body. That's why we ask you to eat the way that we do, because this is where the magic happens. Have a great weekend.